One really cool and powerful microscope is using fluorescence microscopy, which uses fluorochromes or fluorescent molecules. When you hit these molecules with UV light, they give off a different color. So if you're using acridine orange, you hit it with UV light, it may give off, I can't remember if it's a blue or green color, but it gives off a different color range. So if the dye will stick to certain kinds of bacteria or certain molecules, then you can look for that. But the most powerful use of it is when you combine it with a little bit of immunology. If you look on here, you see the Y-shaped protein there. That's 4 peptides, and they're actually linked together with some disulfide bonding in there. But one of the things you can do with an antibody is you can link a fluorescent dye on the constant region here down at the bottom, the little green dot that's on there. The top part of the antibody, this Fab region, is going to bind very specifically to one type of antigen or one type of organism if that's what you're targeting. So imagine you're seeing a slide covered with hundreds of different kinds of bacteria, but you use an antibody that will only stick to Vibrio cholera. After you rinse it off, the ones that did not stick are gone. So the only ones that show up will be the ones that the antibody was specific for. So now, by doing this, you've targeted the specific organism, and when you look at it under a fluorescent microscope, it identifies the organism within a few minutes. Okay, wait a minute. If I isolate a bacteria from the environment, I have to streak it out, wait 18 to 24 hours for it to grow, maybe streak it on another media in order to run some biochemical tests. So it may be days before I can identify it using older methods of isolation and identification. This can give a doctor a almost immediate diagnosis of the causative agent of a disease. Fluorescent microscopy can be used for identifying cancer cells, so you could use blood cells that you've used an antibody linked to a fluorescent marker. All sorts of really cool applications for fluorescence microscopy.